And we're live.
This is Hannah.
And Calissa.
And Sarah.
Oh, hold on. Maybe we should start over. We got lots of
We're adjusting.
lots of touching.
Should be fine now. So, when was the last time we got together? Is this the first time?
I feel like it's been like 2 weeks, maybe.
It's been a minute.
Calissa's been a working lady.
Yeah, I have been. So, yeah, what's new?
Let's see. Sarah and I went to T-Pain last night.
It was pretty good. Where at?
This was in Waukee.
It's the new,
Vibrant Hall.
Vibrant Hall Music Center or something.
It wasn't
like
bad.
that.
It was a nice venue.
Yeah, I think it's really, that's where I saw the metal show.
Nice.
It was really good.
I don't even know where Waukee is, and I don't
It's
think
right
I
by
could
Des
name a
Moines.
T-Pain song.
West. Yes, you do.
If I could buy you a drink. Ooh,
I'm in love with a stripper.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna take you
All
home
I do
with
is
me.
win, 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 no matter what.
Okay.
What was that one? Something about in the bed.
There's a lot of
I can't remember.
sexual songs that he sings.
Yeah.
But he was like huge in the 2000s. And then he kind of like just kind of dropped off.
Mm-hmm.
And then
All because of Usher.
he went on The Masked Singer and he won. And The Masked Singer is where they got to wear costumes
Yep.
and like hide their identity. And he ended up winning. But like you have clues to figure out who it is. And he basically said in the industry, someone said something to him and he like went into a deep depression. But then he went out and later said it was Usher. Usher went up to him and was like, your music is a joke. Your auto-tune is like, just, it's not real music. And it's hurting us real artists. And that like, that hurt his heart, T-Pain.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, I'll just drop out. And he
Especially
did.
since he's a multifaceted artist. Like,
But
he
like,
doesn't just do his own music. Like, he writes music for like every genre.
Really?
Like, he's really big in the country music scene. Like,
he did a
writes for ton of
Tennessee
country
whiskey
music.
song cover. It was really good.
He's actually a fantastic singer.
Yes. And so like
There's
after
a
he
karaoke
dropped
album
off,
actually that you should look at.
he
Oh my
did
gosh.
he didn't do the fast-paced song. He did like a cover of his song, but slower. And it was so good. And people were like, wow, you can really sing. And yeah, he was a great artist, like just vocally and auto-tune.
Fuck
too,
you,
but
Usher.
Literally. And so I was like, Usher, gross.
I mean, for him, it literally was just like a tool to be able to like be different, basically, in the industry.
Like
Yeah.
if people were to look at auto-tune artists, T-Pain would be number one on their list. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's all he used.
Jason Derulo.
I mean, they all
That's
do
the
it
one I
now,
always
but
think
he
of.
was like,
Yeah.
he made it
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah.
But Cher, she was the first one who started.
Yeah, would you say 82 or something like that, right?
I think so.
Was when it, or 92 was when it like became popularized, basically. Yeah.
And Cher was the first artist to use it. So yeah, that's kind of his backstory. So he said on stage he hasn't had a manager since 2018.
Which is wild.
It's
so he
crazy.
did The Masked Singer, which we looked at, like, it was 2020, I think.
2019.
Okay, yeah. And he, like, got that himself, like, repopularized himself.
He's doing all the like he's all by himself.
all these venues.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Was it a small venue? Was it packed?
I would say it's like a medium. It's not like a
Arena.
stadium.
No.
But I would say it's like a medium size. It's not like a bar venue. It's not like
Yeah.
if you go to a bar or a club type
Yeah.
of thing. It's like it's a legitimate
I wonder
music
how
venue.
many they seat.
I don't know. We could Google it probably.
Probably.
Or if someone's listening, they could Google it.
But
Maybe Calissa will Google it and leave it in the show notes.
But yeah, just the fact that he's doing all this without a manager is kind of impressive. Because Nick has a manager.
Oh, really?
Yes. And most of the big YouTubers, they have managers so they can deal with the,
The business side of things.
yes.
But I think it's different too for him because he's been in the industry for so long that I feel like he probably has a better handle on how things work, and he probably is like pretty well connected, and like if he has questions, it would be easy for him to find someone to ask, or
Yeah.
So
Well, and at that point, when you've been in the industry for probably, 20 years?
Yeah.
That
I would say.
there's not a lot that you haven't come across.
Right. And he's been in like multiple aspects of the industry. Like I said, like he's not just doing his own music, like he's writing music for other people and all that kind of stuff. So
He was in a feature with Meghan Trainor.
yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
cute song.
Yeah, because she loves T-Pain, which
She-
I totally get why. He's a banger.
I want to like her. I do. And then some people just hate her.
Meghan Trainor?
Yeah.
Why?
She made a comment about teachers on her podcast.
Oh, I remember
I didn't
that.
hear that. What was that?
Remember
She just
that.
made a comment, like they were talking about like teachers or something, and she, quote, said, "Fuck teachers."
Oh.
And all the teachers were like, "Excuse me?" I don't, as they should.
Meghan Trainor says, "Fuck teachers." Apologizes after immense backlash.
But why did she say that? Like, what was the conversation?
The context was something
Because
about...
the context matters in that case. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think coming from someone who says idiot stuff all the time, like,
this is
context matters.
This is according to Fox 4 News. Meghan Trainor is apologizing for her words after an expletive-filled podcast condemning educators went viral, where the singer definitively states, "Fuck teachers." She's now saying her impassioned remarks were not indicative of how she really feels. While recording an episode of her show, Working on Motherhood with brother, blah, 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 Trainor
Ryan
commented
Trainor.
on the current state of school systems in America now, pointing out she had chosen to homeschool her 2-year-old son. What? You can't homeschool a 2-year-old's kid. Like, that's just called stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's
She said, fuck that. Everyone on TikTok is, Trainor told Paytez of the decision to homeschool. Both women have amassed millions of followers on the social media app.
Oh, Trisha
They're
Paytas.
like, this is what it's like to have a kid in school in America. I have a bulletproof backpack. I was like,
I
fuck
see.
that.
See, the context really does matter.
When Paytas disclosed she had been bullied by teachers when she was a student, Trainor added, "Fuck teachers, dude."
Yeah. I see the context and that matters.
Despite her statement, Trainor shared her appreciation for the homeschool teachers that she knows, given her son's schooling. In addition, their son Trainor and her husband, Spy Kids, Daryl Sabara, are expecting a second child. There are so many teachers out there that are so nice and kind that will come to your house, Trainor told Paytas of her experience. Trainor also suggested that teenagers in high school that are homeschooled are given more opportunities to learn real life things. Let's save our kids, Trainor told
So she
Paytas.
appreciates the Montessori teaching.
Well, you can appreciate that without putting everybody else
I
down.
think she was speaking just from that article. She was
Yeah.
speaking specifically to like teachers who get a big head and then
And
bully
bully
children
children,
based
yes.
on whether they're intelligent or not.
Yes, based on that, what I just read there, I don't feel like she's guilty.
I don't think
as
that's
charged.
Yeah, that's not like a big finger to every single teacher in the world just
No.
because like
But to
you're a
listeners,
teacher.
it'd be like, "Excuse me? What'd you
I mean,
say?"
context matters, and I feel like the context was pretty clear, and anybody that's offended about that is maybe a little sensitive.
I don't know.
That's maybe a hot take, sorry.
Yeah.
Hot take coming in.
But
Yep.
that's also like, I feel not sensitive about things. So
Well,
maybe
and
that's
it
just,
comes down to like there's good teachers, there's bad teachers.
Yeah.
There's good cops, there's bad cops. There's good doctors, there's bad doctors. Like,
Nurses.
bad hairdressers, good hairdressers. Like
right.
you just
For
can't
sure.
group everyone and
Yeah.
say, "No, fuck all
Good
of you."
Christians, bad Christians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of it.
Truth. Truth.
It's good and bad.
Yep.
So, but yeah.
So maybe Meghan Trainor should have said, "Fuck bad teachers."
Or fuck those teachers specifically.
Or she could have said like, "Well, I had teachers that were mean to me, so fuck them." But
Yes.
everyone that I loved and appreciated loved you.
yeah.
So
I do like following Meghan Trainor just because I feel like she gives a real take on what it's like to be a pop star and be a mom.
yep. And see, ever since she became a mom, I started to relate to her music a little bit more, and I was like, okay, like I think her second to last album, it was really talking about like. Just being like Superwoman, like you think you can do it all, but you can't. Like I just felt like I could relate to that kind of music, and I'm like, okay, you became a mom, your mindset's different, and it's relatable. And then, yep, she did the teacher's comment, so then her views went down, and then she got back up there again, and then she lied to fans because she said she was friends with this Chris Olsen guy, but
As children. Like they were childhood friends, is
yes,
what she
that
said.
they've been best friends for years and years and years, and but come to find out that she had to hire him to help her with her TikTok videos.
Yeah, it was like a PR.
I think I follow Chris Olsen.
You
He's
probably do.
everywhere.
He
Yeah.
did the dancing thing when he was
Yeah.
with his partner at the time. This was like 2020, I think.
Yeah, he's everywhere, and he like knows how
Did
to.
he like denounce her and be like,
No,
No.
they did it. They did it together. They're just like friendly together, and they
Yeah.
just were like being silly, goofy. I don't think it was meant to be.
it's not that
like-
serious?
Yeah,
If I could get a tattoo, I think it would be, "It's not that serious."
Yeah.
I just keep coming across that in my life.
Yes, because
It's
really,
not that
there's not a
serious.
lot.
Imagine like
that's
you're
that serious.
in a room with a patient who has like a serious health condition, and then they look over. It's not that serious.
Yeah, that would actually be hilarious. You should make posters and put them up.
Am
in
I gonna
every
die,
hospital room.
sir? Just take a look at my tattoo here.
It's not that serious. You should add bro at the end of it. It's not that serious, bro.
Maybe I'll just get initials like I.
Oh my gosh, that's like.
T-S.
Have you seen that whole Harry Potter scene where they're like, they're in the chess game?
Yes.
And they're like, everything is just like the initials for all, and it's like 50 initials long. Oh, it just cracks me up.
that.
It's so funny.
Yes.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
No.
Have you seen the chess scene of
Oh.
Harry Potter where they're like, "You're gonna move your pawn to"?
Yes. Yeah.
And then he's like, "You're free to check the king." He's like, "Not me, not you,
You, not
not
Hermione.
me, yeah,
Not
not me, not Hermione, you."
You actually have a pretty good accent.
Oh, thank. I actually do practice a lot.
I actually do
I
cuss
do
a
it to the
little.
kids all the
That's what you
time because they
sounded
get
like.
so annoyed
do
about
cuss
it.
a little.
Yes. Oh my gosh, early Harry Potter is like hilarious.
Iconic.
It really is, yeah.
I had something really fun happen to me last night too.
What?
My kids left my van door open.
Oh shoot.
In the middle of a thunderstorm.
Oh shoot.
All night
What?
long.
Is it like wet in there?
Yeah.
Is it stinky now?
I will be.
Oh. Did you leave the windows open when you got here? Oh, you should have.
Oh,
You should have.
maybe.
You should have.
Okay.
Yeah, you
I'm
don't.
driving
You know
all
what
the
you
way home
should
with it.
do? You should reverse into the driveway and then just open that door. So that it's like not facing the street, where people can see.
Oh, and just let it dry out.
Yeah, while you're here.
And I think
we should
it's-
pause and do
We're
that.
supposed to be a sunny, nice day.
Yeah.
So
Maybe it'll. I just assumed it would get super hot in there and then it would dry by.
Yeah, but when it's like contained like that, it'll be like moldy.
Cool. I have
'Cause
leather
it
seats,
traps the
which helps.
moisture,
I have leather
you know.
seats, which helps, but the car
Right,
seat is what's
Ooh,
gone.
the
my
car seat and like if you have rugs.
Yeah.
Those
well,
rugs,
you can
I have
replace
plastic
the
rugs.
or you can take out the car
Oh,
seat
that's
inserts
nice.
and
Yeah.
put them in the dryer.
Yeah.
I don't think you're supposed to dry them.
Car
Pretty sure
seat
that's-
expert over here. I would take Sarah's
Pretty
word
sure
over
that's a
anybody's.
no-no. Because it compromises the fabric. I don't think you should check your manual for sure. I would say that's a pass, but everything that I've
crazy.
seen, you're supposed to just leave it in the sun to dry. But I could be wrong. Definitely
Taking
depends on
car
the
seat
model.
out and
Definitely
just
depends on the
left it in
brand.
sun.
Read that damn manual.
Yes.
Keep your manuals, read them, keep them in a plastic baggie so they don't get water damaged. Make sure you label them clearly with their expiration date, just in case. I'm just saying.
Speaking of your health safety expertise, I'm thinking about getting my kids a trampoline.
Oh, we talked about this. Yeah.
I think we talked about it off air.
Yeah, we did. We talked
Yeah.
about it when she was here for a parade.
We all wanted a trampoline for our
Yep.
kids.
Yep.
And then Nick made one comment, and now we're all like,
No,
well,
he
shoot.
sent me an Instagram reel, and it was like this little girl who was jumping, and then she totally snapped forward and like broke both her knees, and it said like pediatricians really don't want kids having a trampoline till they're somewhat of age, and
Yeah, but what's the age?
I don't know,
Okay.
but like I've got 3-year-old and a 1.5-year-old.
I mean, your kids are really little.
yeah, and they
Kids
get.
aren't that little. Our kids aren't. Well, your little one's little, but our older ones.
I feel
aren't
like
that
your
little.
older ones would be fine.
Yeah. I hope so. 7
Well,
and 5.
when they say like 5-ish is when like the child's bones are like fully fused. Mm-hmm. So like there won't be as many issues like in a car accident and stuff like that. That's why you forward face later. So I'm assuming that would be a similar,
Yeah.
maybe they wouldn't be as easily
Have you guys ever
jarred.
broken a bone?
No.
Toes.
You broke a toe?
My two pinky toes and my finger, I think once.
I don't personally know anybody that's gotten injured on a trampoline.
I don't either.
But I've always heard. Oh, okay.
But I don't want to live my life like afraid of every single thing.
No, I know. But this girl, she had this interesting scar on her forehead.
Okay.
And elementary. And I was like, or she was like, do you know how I got this scar? And I was like, no.
You want to know how I got these scars?
Literally.
That's very the Joker.
And her friend, they were jumping on a trampoline, and her friend came down, and her tooth like got in her forehead and like scraped it, you know.
I totally have a story exactly like that.
And
I
so
got
she
toothed in
has
the
a
head
permanent
also.
scar because her friend's tooth
Yeah.
stabbed her in the forehead.
Yeah.
Oh
I have
my
a tooth scar
gosh.
also.
And then every time I was on a trampoline, it was always with like so many people.
Yeah,
like,
I know you have to have rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there was like 5 of us girls, and she like, we were older. We were like 8th grade.
yeah.
And she like jumped and then fell backwards, just landed on her back, not her head or anything. But it was like slow motion when I saw her fall. It was weird.
Oh, off the side.
Off the side of the
Okay,
trampoline.
you have to, like, I would not buy one without the net.
Yeah.
Like, we would be a netted household for sure. Like, at the 10-foot.
Yeah.
Or
The
whatever.
big, yeah.
Yeah.
I always, because I saw Khloe Kardashian, she had a trampoline, but it was in her ground.
Yeah, see, that's genius.
And I'm like, that's so smart.
Yeah. It's a
But,
lot
like,
of work.
who's going to pay for that?
Yeah.
Not me.
Overall, trampoline park injuries occurred, so this is a trampoline park, at a rate of 1.14 injuries per 1,000 jumper hours.
It's pretty low, I would say.
Yeah. And the most common injuries are soft tissue injuries.
So that's like bruising and stuff.
Yes, swelling. Fractures were 34%. Lacerations were 11%.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel a little better, honestly.
Yeah. Actually, I just saw on TikTok there was this dad who had some sort of complaint. I didn't actually look into the full story, but he had some sort of complaint with the trampoline company, like park like that. And then the company apparently was just like turned it into like a PR thing and was like, our store is safe. Like, don't worry.
That's
I hate to laugh at
pretty
that,
big
'cause-
promise.
Yeah, but I was like, okay. Yeah. I don't know. I still want a trampoline. I feel like they're
know.
relatively inexpensive, and I think my kids would so love it. But Calvin said no. I don't know if he just doesn't want to spend the
Well,
money.
tell Calvin he
or-
doesn't have to jump on it.
The thing
He
is,
totally would.
He would.
He's a giant child.
Yes, my nephews, my sister-in-law, have a trampoline out in Ohio, and he every time that we visited them, he's been out there with the kids, and he's the one that's jumping on the trampoline with the kids.
That's adorable.
So like he is a child.
Yes.
He would have so much fun. He's just being a fart, I think. He's just
Can
like,
you
"We don't
lose
need that
weight
right now."
while jumping?
Oh, it's supposedly really good for you.
Absolutely.
And if you have digestive stuff, supposedly it really helps your poo move. Yeah.
This is what like
Cheaper than Miralax.
Yeah.
like
Oh my gosh, you should get one.
Miralax is expensive.
You should do it like $20
$20 a
20
jug.
minutes a day.
Yeah.
You should do
I
it.
would totally jump.
Do it. Get
Do
one.
some like
Let us know how it
look
goes.
up
Keep
some
a diary.
workouts.
Keep a diary and let us know how it goes.
Oh my god.
but I need
Do
to
it.
do some Kegels because I can't jump for too
I know
long.
I pee my pants.
Bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have to be
Do you
really
not pee your
careful.
pants when you jump? Really?
It's really frustrating.
Do you do Kegels?
Did you have small babies?
I had 6
8
pounders,
pounds, 6 ounces.
and I like still piss my pants.
I know, me too.
Well,
Actually, it was
had-
worse after my C-section.
Really?
I think because of the catheter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I feel like it actually,
No,
to
I've-
have my kids vaginally actually healed my pelvic floor a little bit.
I've
Sorry, Nick,
Cash.
yeah.
if you heard that.
How's your pelvic floor, Nick?
How's your pelvic floor? Yeah,
Yes.
you don't pee your pants very often? No. Oh, that's good. He said no.
Not even after having kids?
I got shit-faced and took Benadryl one time and peed while I was sleeping. Apparently you're not supposed to do that.
Take a Benadryl and go to sleep.
Yeah, you can't mix the two.
Yeah, you're not supposed to mix those.
No,
I didn't know that. I had allergies and I also wanted to drink booze. What do you
You just suffer.
I was in bed with
Apparently
him
you pissed the bed.
when that happened because he like woke up and he's like, "Hannah, I pissed the bed." I'm like, "You did?"
That's definitely happened with Bronny. Bronny's definitely peed the bed while we were all sleeping together. I'm like, dude.
Honored to be compared to your 3-year-old.
He's
5-year-old.
five. He's
yeah.
5. This
Yeah,
was
yeah,
probably,
yeah.
this
Mine's
might have
3,
been
whatever.
2 years ago. This
Yeah,
might have,
good.
he might have been 3 at the time, 3 or 4. Yeah.
Look, it happens, okay?
So
You know, as adults, I think it shouldn't
what
pee the bed.
if you take a medication?
I don't care what
It's
you
very,
say.
very ableist of you. It's America. If I want to get shit-faced and take Benadryl.
As a healthy adult with no disabilities, you should not pee the bed.
I just want a catheter in me for life.
No, oh my, why? You'd have to
have to go to
carry
the
around the
bathroom.
bag.
Lazy.
You'd have so many urinary tract infections.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's a
for sure.
direct highway for bacteria to get
Yeah.
to your bladder.
Dang it.
I think that's why they take them out so soon, right? Yeah, like as soon as possible.
Like as soon as possible. You're supposed
Yeah.
to
The best
yank
week
those
of my
babies out.
life was when I was in the hospital.
That was like the saddest week of my life.
See what I have to put up with?
And I got to
Waited
lay
on
in
hand and
bed. Yeah, and then they'd come in, give me food. I'd watch TV. And
Oh,
then
man,
didn't
like-
have to get up to pee because I had a catheter in. It was
Ordering
amazing.
from the hospital though was like kind of great. I love that you could just lay in bed and order food.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Doctors would come
really
in
good
and check
chicken
up on me.
nuggets.
How you doing? How you feeling?
You know what I didn't like though? I didn't like being woken up in the middle of the night multiple times. Didn't
Hey,
care for that.
mama, I just got to press on your stomach. Push, 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 push. Guy is hilarious on TikTok. Hey, mama. Hey, mama.
It's so true. That's very accurate.
Okay, there's a lot of controversy around that. Did you guys like being called mama, or did you
No.
not like?
They
being
never
called
called me
mama?
that.
Okay,
I don't know what they called me.
because some people are like, oh, I thought it was like a term of endearment, and like
sure it was.
It's fine. It's probably how some people feel about being called like dear or honey.
Hate it.
or
I hate being called sweetie.
Ma'am.
Missy, little Missy. I work with a nurse who calls me a little Missy.
me whisper in your ear.
No,
No.
See, nobody does that to you. Nobody was.
What they
Well,
call,
they-
what
they
they
call you, Dad?
I'm so glad I live in a country where it's such a huge issue that you get called little missy or mama or like if that's the apex of what you're butthurt about, this is a great place to live. This is fucking awesome.
I mean, I'm not butthurt about it. I just find it like jarring, kind of, because I feel like I'm.
Well, what
I
would be
don't look
equivalent
that
to like a
old.
man? Like, hey, mister.
Bro,
Hey, sir.
guy,
You don't
fuck
like being-
face, I don't care.
Oh yeah, people
Like-
like Calvin's dad will be like, "Hey guy, guy," just like no.
My guy,
Oh my,
My
God.
dude.
But if someone doesn't know your name, like what?
Sir.
dude, bro, guy,
No, we're talking about, like,
brosif,
relatively-
broham.
That you don't like.
in a setting where like if you're at a hospital or if you're like at a restaurant, people call you sir.
I call
Absolutely not.
everybody sir.
You could literally call me anything. It's not going to hurt my feelings.
I mean, same, but
Like,
I do find it jarring sometimes.
what does that mean?
Like I'm like, someone will be
Like,
like,
you- like you
"Excuse
can't
me,
open
ma'am."
it?
No. Someone will say, "Excuse me, ma'am," and I'm like, "Are you talking to me? Am I old enough to be a ma'am?" Oh, that's
I
sad.
guess I don't really.
I don't think it's like
Ma'am.
offensive, but
What do
jarring.
I just don't like a sweetie or honey. Hey, honey, come over here. I'm like,
Why?
because it's just
Calvin's uncle calls people honey, I think, or sweetheart. When we like go out to
sweetheart.
eat with him and stuff. Yeah,
Hey, sweetheart.
he's not creepy. He says it like in a
I
kind
know.
way, but
And then-
I see why it would be
I think
weird.
it's like a generation. Like they were called
Yeah,
stuff too, so then they passed
Yeah.
it down.
for sure.
So I think I prefer ma'am
What?
over sweetheart and honey and
I've never been called that.
cutie
in a setting
pants or
before.
I don't know.
I don't think I've
Mama.
been called that since I was
Little
5.
mama.
No one's called me cutie pants,
Okay.
but like
Okay.
Then Nick's
That's
getting
better.
like, "Who's calling you cutie pants?"
Well, no, it's just who's talking to an adult female like they're
well, that's
a
what we're saying.
kindergartner.
That's what we're saying. That's how I feel. I feel like a kindergartner when
Yeah.
someone says sweetie, honey, or whatever.
Yeah.
Baby.
Oh, God, cringe.
Babe.
As a nurse, I get called a variety of honey, sweetheart.
Bitch.
I thought for sure you were going to say racial
You
slurs.
C word.
No.
No one's
You've never
called you
been called the
bitch
C
or a
word?
C word?
Oh, I mean, yeah. I
Oh, wow.
mean, but like they're psychotic.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Psych ward would be so interesting.
Yes.
Do you ever work on the psych ward?
I've helped over there, so they'll float you to
Fascinating.
different units if they're busy on one.
How's
yeah.
that?
Do you have good stories?
I don't know how many I can tell.
Oh, I like to watch psych ward stories on TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's some crazy stuff. I mean, off the top of my head, I can't. It's really hard to just like
Yeah.
pop it off. But yeah, I mean, I've seen some crazy shit.
Yeah. Nathan, my brother, he went into one and he said he thought, he's like, I'm not crazy, but then he's with all these other kids and he's like, whoa, like what they're going through is just intense. And I'm like, oh man.
I got called an albino B word from one of the kids at the school I used to work at. Everyone was like, try not to laugh. I was trying not to laugh. I was like, oh man, okay.
I mean, I've been called a fat bitch before by a patient who was screaming at me while we were putting him in 4-point restraints. But you know,
Oh God.
I feel like they would call anyone that.
yeah. I mean,
nothing
yeah.
personal.
It felt very generic to me, and not
Yeah.
very personalized.
It's not very creative by any. I think the albino was pretty creative, honestly.
Like he
points.
Yeah.
He held on to that.
He was, yeah, I guess so. I was like, I didn't realize I was that pale at the time, but okay.
Do you see those teachers on TikTok? Like, what students have said to me the past couple days, and it's just like ruthless.
I love it.
Yes.
Ruthless stuff. They're
Kids
like,
be crazy.
You dress like my grandpa's couch, and
Okay, I do have one. I have
Okay,
a very
great.
creative one. This is
Great.
on the very, very first day of me being a CNA. You got to remember, this is sweet
So
little
you were young.
16-year-old Calissa
16.
at the nursing home. There was an old lamented lady.
Oh, no.
She was the most demented lady I've ever worked with.
Oh, boy.
And she had to be set away from everybody else. She couldn't sit with the other residents because
Was
she
she,
was
like,
that.
aggressive?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, and it's demeaning to other people to have to
Yes.
sit with someone who like literally spits their food at people.
Gross.
And bites and scratches. And anyway, so she just yells colors. That's like her thing. So she'd be like, red, 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 yellow, 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 yellow.
Then she looked at you
And,
and,
and
said,
she'd just rock herself and yell colors, just like yelling red, 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 red. And then I'm sitting right next to her, and she opens one eye and she looks over at me, and she goes, "You have a small left breast." Red, 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 red.
That one was customized for you.
That was like creative. And I'm over here like, actually righty is the issue, but anyway.
maybe she just got her directions mixed up because she was looking
Because
straight
it's
at
the dementia. My left or your left?
Oh my God.
She's a champion.
So anyway,
She gets a gold star, 10 out of 10.
yes. So I knew I just needed a minute to think of one. But that was my very first day, and I still went
Oh
back.
my God.
And it stuck with you. That's
That is
awesome.
so funny.
Yep.
16-year-old me would not handle that. I would have cried and like never come back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and then she
definitely would've
continued
cried.
like spitting her food and throwing it everywhere and all of the things. It was crazy.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, man.
Spam,
love
spam,
that. I
spam, spam, spam. Critical damage. More spam. Just
You would be
I
insane.
should have clarified my
Nick,
left or your left. That was
what? Me?
If you had dementia. You know,
Oh God, I already just talk a mad amount of shit all the time.
Yeah.
No, like with Nick, because he talks to himself all the time, and so I'm like,
That's
"What are you
true.
Like he's just
too.
he's literally in a corner, like arguing, like he like hands going everywhere,
You
like
should have been in my office 5 minutes ago. I'm doing a video on the fact that modern art was invented by the CIA right now. Do you know that? Yes.
No, but I should watch that episode, actually.
Jason Pollock, Rothko, and like the other two main modern art people.
Jason or Jackson?
Jackson Pollock, sorry. Like they were already doing what they were doing.
Sure.
But it was during the Cold War, and the CIA was trying to make sure that America won at everything. They wanted better classical music, better ballet, better sports, more Olympic medals. They were trying to win the culture war on every single front, and America was losing at art because the Soviets had this like Soviet style of realism that was better than anything America was doing.
That's because we had Impressionism, which was basically just like, well, not us, but like in general. And like art.
Right. So they're abstract impressionists. So the CIA funneled millions and millions of fucking dollars into abstract expressionists like Jackson Pollock and all these other guys and made that blow up because the art center of the world was always Paris, but after World War II, Paris was in shambles. So they were basically competing to make New York the new center of art for the world instead of Moscow. And they did, and that's why modern art is even a fucking
That's
thing.
actually hilarious.
It's awesome. It's the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. Their entire strategy was like, you guys know what abstract impressionism is, right? It's like just the fucking throwing paint at a canvas.
Jackson Pollock-
where you're like a 3-year-old could do that.
Jackson
Yeah.
Pollock is best known for like sitting on a swing above a canvas on the floor and literally just like swinging around, dripping paint, and that's art.
Wow.
Yeah. So they took that guy and just pumped all this money into him, and their strategy was like, his art's critique proof. You can't critique it because it's like
It's nothing because it's what you make of it.
there's no skill because it's all just fucking it's art.
globs.
It's art in its rawest form. You have to understand it when
It's
you look at
very
it. Like,
Princess Diaries when the mom has the balloons and she's
Yes.
just throwing the things at the balloon.
Yes.
It's very Princess Diaries. Like that's yeah.
I've never seen you two agree on something.
it's hilarious.
Yeah.
So
I'm not a huge fan of yeah.
nobody is.
Well, some people are, but I feel like
because
it's like
funded, made up nonsense.
I feel like some people are, and I feel like it's such a like mind
Yes, because wasn't there like
Simulation,
that.
it's
They had like children drawing art, and then they made it seem like they framed it, and like this is from a world-renowned
Oh yeah,
artist.
people fucking with fancy artists.
Yeah.
Yes.
When they like go in and they'll just like set their glasses down at an art exhibit and people start taking pictures and freaking
Yes.
out like it's so deep.
What's the meaning behind this?
Yeah.
That's so stupid. I also kind of hate performance art for that reason.
Yoko Ono. She
That's me. It's just
literally
dumb.
just in a microphone at a
Scream.
the entire time.
Or like people who bury themselves in dirt.
Yes.
They just like bury
It's like, how does
themselves
that
in
make you
dirt.
feel?
It makes me feel like chaos.
It's like that
It's
fucking. It's that test. I almost said chiropractor. Psychologist brings out.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
where
yeah,
you're
the
like,
Rorschach
what does this
test,
look like?
right?
It looks like my parents are getting divorced again. Yeah, that's what that is.
Yeah. That's fascinating.
true,
I might
though.
have to actually watch that episode.
The CIA.
That'll be
did
the
it.
first one.
I don't know if it's gonna go on my main channel.
I
or
kind
my
of
B
feel like
channel.
they did everything.
Oh, dude, they did everything.
Yes.
It's wild.
Yes, I'm a big conspiracy person.
The
so
amount of
I'll
shit the
believe it.
CIA is involved in. You
yeah,
can
yeah,
go
yeah,
on
yeah.
the CIA's website and just fill out FOIA requests for funsies. It's awesome.
Wait, have you done it?
Oh, I do it all the time.
Fill out what?
That's exciting.
FOIA requests, Freedom of Information Act.
That's awesome.
So you could like just go to the CIA website and they have like a whole sub website for FOIA requests, and you could just give me everything you got on Jackson Pollock,
That's
and just get
hilarious.
all their like internal Then like they'll redact shit, but
Yeah,
like old stuff
yeah.
like that, they're like, yeah, fuck it,
Whatever.
we funded modern art. I don't give a shit. Let them know. Flex on the communists. I don't care.
Interesting.
It's awesome. It's the dumbest thing ever.
It is dumb, but I understand. that.
Money is so powerful that they turned some asshole throwing paint at a canvas into a weapon to defeat an entire culture. It's fucking hilarious.
And then now
Your
I feel
taxpayer
like, I
dollars
feel
at
like
work.
years and
Yeah.
years later, people like
effective.
complain about, like myself, complain about it because it's dumb.
It's because Jackson Pollock was like a communist sympathizer and like all
I didn't know that.
he
Wasn't American, was he? Was he something else?
He was originally no, he was an American. That was the whole point. They had to do
Okay.
American artists to
I
make
see.
him look better.
Yeah.
Jackson Pollock was originally a communist sympathizer, and then he like redacted that and was like, "No, I don't like communism." So it was literally, like classic American liberalism of like, left leaning, but not all the way left into
Yeah.
communism. So it was literally like American liberalism versus communism in an art war. So it's kind of cool.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
That is very fascinating. I'll watch that episode.
So are we
Tell me
not
when it
going
comes
to any
out.
art shows in the future?
You
Fuck
could.
that.
You
I'm
could
buying
go to a
more
classic.
modern art now.
go to a
Now I
classic
love
show.
it. I've never loved art more than the fact that now every time it's like, I don't get it. My 5-year-old could do that. I know. And it took out communism. How fucking funny is that?
my
You got taken out by a 4-year-old's drawing.
Oh my
Fucking
god.
punk ass bitches. I love it.
I hope you don't buy modern art for this house.
I already got some.
Did you seriously?
Yeah. That
Stop.
one.
Which
That one I bought. That one we bought at the art show a while back. It's just not hanging
it in
up
here?
right
Yeah, I was
now.
gonna say,
You'll have to go find it. So I
go
can
find
see
it and show it to
It's
them.
probably going to be trash.
I
It
like
actually
it.
wasn't.
Pause.
It's actually
Hold,
pretty
please.
cool.
You think all modern art is trash, though?
I don't want to say all, but I think like there's something to be said for
So
like true beauty and
my
what's
cousin,
created to be
she
beautiful.
loves going
and-
to Italy, and she loves like she's an art teacher, and she just like can see just everything about art. Like she'll look at a picture, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Okay, so that's supposed to
Okay,
be.
that's badass.
That to me looks like a
This is
worm.
no. This is supposed to be a.
Is it supposed to be a worm?
jellyfish? No, Nick. It's supposed to be like a sea creature.
Maybe. It is what you make it. It's supposed to defeat communism, Hannah.
I don't think it's ugly.
It's pretty.
But I
think
don't
it's
think that
cool.
it's like it
thought it
doesn't
was-
invoke feeling in me, which I feel like art is kind of supposed to do.
I know, and the way that they like look into it, like this makes me feel, and I'm like, I'm not getting that.
I guess
Some people just have that real true meaning to like look at art.
they're
and be
triggered
That's
by
fucking
stuff.
dumb.
Artiste.
like, yeah.
That's dumb. I hate
Which
it.
part of it?
Huh?
Which part?
I'm not a big fan of like deep meaning stuff.
Oh.
I hate it.
We know. We
You-
did an episode.
Even when like in high school, when you read that book and the teacher, remember you told me how like the teacher's like, now what did he mean when he said?
Which book was
Oh,
it?
like
Jesus.
Island
It
of
was
the
like
Blue Dolphins.
No, it's like
or-
Huckleberry Finn.
Yes.
And the teacher's like, well, you see, when you critically examine this,
what's
Jim
supposedly-
Conklin or like the large black
Yes.
man that Huckleberry Finn knows, Jim is actually the Jesus character, and we know this because his initials are JC, which are the same as Jesus Christ. I go, yeah,
Yes,
or it's
but
a fucking
supposedly he
or
was
it's
a
a coincidence.
that was a layered artist or like author in terms of like
The
he
Island of
wrote
the
things to
Pigs.
be.
What is that book?
I have no idea.
No.
Bay of Pigs. That's all I know. That's
No.
pigs.
Anyone watched Lost?
Nope.
It was like a huge show on ABC back in the day. Mm-hmm. And at first, we took it as like, yeah, the plane crashed and there were survivors. But then mid through season, it got super confusing. And then people started having conspiracies. And then they were like,
Oh, that it was supposed to like mean something else.
yeah, like they threw in a paradox. Is it called a paradox box or something? Or what was
Pandora's box.
Pandora's box. And I'm like, what's Pandora's box? And then like everything had meaning.
And then everything opened up and you found out the meaning of Pandora's box.
And then like nothing, the whole series made no sense to me. And I knew someone who watched the series from backwards to front, thinking that there's something in between that we're not seeing. And I'm like, no, you just like wasted watching that. From like the ending, the series finale to the beginning, the pilot. They just watched it backwards.
What?
That's
Seeing
hilarious.
Why backwards?
To see if like there's some meaning that like we didn't catch and that it made no sense. So I don't like shows like that where like you have to sit back and think and reflect.
That's art, Hannah.
No, I feel like
God.
I don't want to watch anything, read anything, listen to anything that requires too much thought.
That's where I feel like Jordan Peele
You
got
know,
like
somewhat thought is fine.
so Get Out. That was a great movie. His first number one movie, and then like Us came out, and I'm like, what the hell is this
I
about?
thought it was a similar concept.
I didn't get it.
Oh.
Did you get it, Nick?
No,
I
it
didn't
wasn't
see
nearly
it.
as good.
No,
I didn't see
it wasn't.
but I thought it was supposed to be a similar concept.
And then he made another one, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna bother because if it's gonna be one of those where like you have to sit and think like, whoa, that was think about meanings
Right,
and everything.
right,
like,
right.
no, I'm not. Mm-mm.
I want to be able to enjoy also the content that I.
It's like a puzzle, except you can't be right.
Yes.
Who wouldn't love that?
And you're just arguing with people on the internet, like, no, it was about this, or it was about this, and
That's why I hated lit class literature.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, this is gonna drive me insane. You
I like
guys
straightforward
know this
communication.
book. I tried Googling it. I can't. It's like
Okay.
they're all
Catcher
of
in
these
the Rye.
kids. No, all of these kids are on an island. And
Lord of
there's
the
like
Flies.
a high. Yes, thank you.
What'd you say?
Lord of the Flies.
Flies. They did that with that book, and
I've
it was
never read
just
that.
the worst. It's like, what does it mean? And it's this internal hierarchy, and it was way over my head. And I was in
Yeah,
fifth grade.
That makes me
and-
just think of Boxcar Kids
Oh yeah.
from back in the day. That series
Yes.
I really enjoyed. But it
Did
was
you
very
read Lord
sad.
of the Flies?
I think so.
Yeah.
you were in the smart class.
Clearly it left
I
an
was
impression.
not.
Ridiculous.
I didn't care much for assigned reading.
I didn't
Same.
either. Island of the
We
Blue
had to read the
Dolphins was
Scarlet
the
Letter,
worst.
and that was so boring.
Yes, we had Romeo and Juliet. I was actually Juliet in a play of Romeo and Juliet, the old school.
Did you kiss someone?
I did.
Did you also die?
Really?
I did.
Kiss someone? How old were you?
Romeo, oh Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? 'Tis thy name that is thy enemy. Thou art thyself not a Montague. What's a Montague?
Yeah,
'Tis
I
thy-
literally can't
la, la,
understand.
la, la.
Like, I know, like
Yeah, Old
just,
English is not
I had
for
to
me.
memorize the whole fucking thing.
Shakespeare, too hard.
like I don't get it.
Yeah.
Takes too much brain power. I need to just be able to like read.
It's kind of like I feel like it's kind of like the Bible. You can take like 2 lines and you can dissect it in like 55 different ways.
Yeah.
And it's just like that throughout the whole entire play.
Yeah, and I'm just I'm not smart enough
What?
for that.
I
say
like
what you need to say. Say what you need to say.
I don't know. I hate learning Shakespeare and that shit. I thought it was so dumb. Like I had
I
this
agree.
English teacher that was like super snooty, and she would like start laughing, like reading or explaining Shakespeare, and like none of us fucking got it. And she's like, "Well, it's really funny because he said that this was the Lord of Bilgewater," and we're like, "Okay, and she's like, "Well, Bilgewater would be sewage water. He's the Lord of poop water." I go, "Fucking."
I mean, that is funny,
Yeah,
but
I
you
don't-
have to.
I
It's
don't-
so like
Right.
I don't
Well,
know
you
what
have to
nuance
explain-
or something.
yeah,
so you have to like know
you
all
need to
these.
fucking
Yeah.
go through 4 levels of translation for
Yeah.
a kindergarten level joke, and you're
Right.
sitting over here laughing your ass off, and, like thinking you're smart. I don't
Right.
understand. Like, it's
Without
a
the
classic.
historical context of those things, it's just not funny.
And even then, it's not funny because people weren't fucking funny back then.
I mean, King of the Poop Water is funny. I think it's funny.
Surrounded
Anything
by
poop
children.
I'm
related.
laughing at it, so I guess.
Yeah, yeah,
But the fact that you had to explain that much, like you
Yes.
said,
Right.
levels.
It makes
of,
it not funny.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, and then when you finally do it, because in real life I'd be like, oh, okay.
Once she'd explain it, I'd be like, but I don't want to have to like have a 5-minute explanation of a joke.
The part that annoys me is like it's almost pretentious because that same exact woman, if I made a poop water joke, she would look at me like I was a fucking idiot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if
It's
I
just
made a
because
poop
it was
joke in her class.
Shakespearean
Yeah, it's
and,
just
like,
because
Old
it's
English.
Shakespeare and he was a
Yeah.
classic and it was so revolutionary to make a poop joke back then. Ha ha ha. That's fucking
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
I hate
Yeah.
it.
Totally.
Not a fan.
Hot take.
I'll take.
Totally agree. Second agreement in the
Did
same
you
episode.
touch Mushu?
I think I did. My eye is so itchy. My nose is
Yes.
running. Oh my
you
gosh.
look like you're just
Yep.
precipitating.
You should drink 12 beers and have some Benadryl.
It's struggle city right now. I really tried not to. I must have. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Must have bumped him.
So, one of the big sports news is Caitlin Clark in the WNBA.
Oh yeah.
Yes, girl. There's some drama.
Oh my goodness. And
Not only just Caitlin Clark, but also Angel Reese.
I'm
Surrounding
No,
all of
it's-
those two rookies right now.
see when I watch a basketball game, I'm new at this. I'm new at watching sports. Like Nick has to explain
Why? Why are you new at watching sports?
because I'm so interested in Caitlin.
Yes,
and
because
everything.
you're interested in Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
Exactly.
Not because you're
That is
interested in the
why
sport.
we're watching it. Thank
Oh,
you.
I'm not watching it. I'm just watching it on TikTok.
but
The reason that we're interested is because she made it interesting, and Angel Reese is having a real hard time understanding that.
But why is she interesting? What about her is so interesting? I don't fathom. I don't.
Caitlin,
Because
Yeah.
she can shoot like damn near from the free throw line and
From the
consistently
parking
make
lot.
it.
she broke
I never saw that.
records
So many
in college.
records.
She broke Kelsey Plum's record because Kelsey said it first, and then Caitlin beat it. And then there was also like a male who had a record too, and Caitlin beat him, and he was like back in the day. But nobody could beat his record, but Caitlin did. So she beat 2 records, and then so I mean she was super popular and she was humble. Everyone liked that she was humble about her winnings, and like not only was she like, oh, it's all me. She's like, no, my teammate here, my teammate there, my team, my coach. Like she really thanked everybody. And I'm seeing like compilations of now that she's in the WNBA that they just, I guess her teammates are like, they're making it seem like her teammates are like making them lose.
What does that mean? Because I thought that she was like, can I have the tissue? I thought that she was like kind of getting some heat because she's not playing as well. And so
Well, she's got a
then-
huge target on her back.
Yes.
Everybody's saying defend Caitlin at all costs. You know,
So they're probably jealous. It's jealousy that she's getting endorsement deals. She's getting all these sponsorships.
But
And
what I'm saying is I've heard that she's not playing to like the standard of professional women's sports. Like
that's
she's
not
still
true.
playing
she's
as
shattered.
That's not true. She's already
shattering.
breaking
Yeah,
records,
she's
yeah.
already breaking rookie records.
Yes.
Okay.
They're-
Yeah.
I
so-
I don't know anything.
The,
so
the
that's why
annoying
I'm
part
saying
is
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of people have a lot of opinions about this and they don't know anything about the fucking sport in general.
Same.
So
Me.
they come in and they're like, oh, if Caitlin Clark's so fucking good, how come her team's bad? And it's like, well,
You don't
she got
understand.
picked
By
as
the
a
worst
first round
team.
draft pick, and the first round draft pick goes to the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
So it's like you're literally getting mad at this girl, like, oh, you can't single handedly beat the other basketball team all the
Right,
time, you
right.
fucking loser. It's like it doesn't work that way.
I see.
It takes you time to build a team up.
And see that from when I would watch the games, I'm like, oh, her team has her back. But then people are like, no, when Caitlin falls, none of her teammates run to her. And Indiana and Seattle, the ref, has the basketball in his hand and he throws it. And then they're like, look at Aaliyah Boston. She like gave them the basketball. Like didn't even try to give it to her teammate. She like purposely was giving the game to Seattle. And I'm like, interesting.
It is interesting.
So now I'm like looking at like, oh, do teammates not like her? Because after the games, Caitlin will sign a bunch of signatures because there's little girls who want a signature from Caitlin. And then during the press conference, like none of her teammates seemed happy that Caitlin was late to the press showing. And I don't know.
Why was she late?
Because she was signing
she was
autographs.
signing autographs for kids.
I see.
And like her teammates just seemed annoyed that like, I don't know, maybe the reporters didn't really want anything to talk to them about. They just wanted Caitlin. I don't know.
I'm super interested in the Caitlin Clark Angel Reese drama because Angel Reese is convinced. I think she had a quote. I was trying to find it, but she just got ejected from a game, so all of the Angel Reese drama is buried now. But she had said something about, "I am also the reason. It's not just Caitlin that people are watching."
That's clipped out of context. The full quote isn't nearly as bad as they're making it out to seem.
It seems bad.
It seems bad, but if you actually listen to the full interview, she goes, Caitlyn is bringing a lot of attention to the sport, but it's also me because I'm the villain. Basically saying I'm the villain in the story, and me versus her is what made everybody so interested in this.
True,
So
yeah.
I did play a part in that, and then she said, and I'm willing to keep playing the part of the bad guy to keep growing the sport of
And
women's
see, I
basketball.
know these two
which
really.
isn't nearly as bad as her
that
trying to say.
sounds a
She
little
respects
better.
Caitlyn,
Yeah.
and Caitlyn respects Angel. And I was like, yeah, that's. And Angel would be like, no, people love trash talk. Like men do it.
Yeah, this
it
is
keep-
a point that I wanted to bring up was like,
And
how
it
do
keeps the
everybody
game
feel about trash
interesting.
talk?
And I was like, yeah, that's right. But then after Kennedy Carter shoulder checked Caitlyn, there was footage of Angel standing up and cheering. She's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, Angel. Now that tells me that you liked seeing that. And like,
That you support that action.
yeah,
Yeah.
Which is different than just like trash talking. That's like aggression.
yes.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
then that's where I'm like, okay, now I don't, because Angel, I was like, yeah, I get it. If you two are both on the court and you're both like trash talking each other, yeah. But
Yeah.
then off the court, they have love and respect for each other.
Healthy competition is way different than like physically being an aggressor.
But just seeing that and seeing Angel clap, I'm like, no, what does that tell me? So now I'm like up in the air about it.
Yeah.
But I guess this Kennedy Carter, she's been violent. She's been traded like 2 times because she's beaten up other teammates. She's been just a violent player. And
What
like,
about the one that Angel Reese was having an issue? Like she was pushed down twice by an
yeah,
opposite teammate, not her teammate, but like
Thomas.
from the opposite.
what's her freaking
Brittany or something, is that right?
No, it's
Alyssa.
something with Alyssa Thomas.
Yeah.
Yes, and Alyssa's been in the WNBA. She's a veteran,
Yeah.
and so Angel's like, nope, this is how, which I get.
Yeah,
Like-
but she was like,
She
it seemed like she was going out of her way to like.
Yeah, she totally did, but she got ejected
her
from the
on.
game
Yeah, I
immediately,
saw that.
where Kennedy didn't, and
Yeah.
people were like, "Excuse me, like,
Yeah.
at least that was in play." Caitlyn
Yeah.
and Alyssa, Kennedy and Caitlyn, no,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
but
Follow us for more sports takes.
I mean, don't follow me for it because I don't know nothing.
But
about
like,
that.
I'm just trying to learn the game.
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn the rules, and now I see TikTok feed of things that I didn't catch in the game.
Yes.
So now I
I
just
just
feel
see the drama, those little snippets of drama on
Yeah.
TikTok, and then I'm like, whoa! And I send them to Hannah. And I'm like, did you see this? And she's like, yeah,
Yeah, I already
girl,
saw that.
seriously.
And my mom, who has never watched sports in her house, never watched football, never watched
yep.
basketball, nothing,
Yep,
has every version of ESPN that there is so that she can make sure she watches
yeah,
every
my mom
single
too.
game.
She was
That's
like, I want to
wild.
watch Caitlyn.
Yep. I love going to work because they have cable, so you can watch it on all the channels.
yeah.
And like
If you have
just
Hulu,
like
you
giving
can-
medications, like looking over, like
Yep.
If you have Hulu, you can get ESPN.
Yes.
well, then it's not on every single one. There's like ESPN2, and then there's it's a whole thing. 'Cause I
realize.
had to sort this out for my mother.
Oh,
Yeah, I got like Fubo TV because I thought they were going to show every single game. They
Nope.
didn't.
Nope.
So then I had to get YouTube WNBA. They didn't show everything. So then I got the.
what? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
They
There's
don't
not
show-
one streaming service that shows everything.
It
That's
is
wild.
It's money, cash money.
Sure.
Money
Sure.
grab,
Yep.
monetize it.
Sorry for my sniffles this episode.
Yeah, we need to get Sarah some Benadryl,
Sorry.
stat,
My eye is not
and a beer.
feeling good.
Benadryl and a beer.
And my one nostril. It's just the right side of my face.
Yes.
I don't know what
It's like
that's
you've been
about.
brushed
Yeah.
by the kiss of death or something.
Mushu's tail.
Something. I don't know what happened. Maybe I got a hair in there or something.
It's funny.
But these rookies,
Not funny.
I'm also like a huge fan of Alyssa Peely too. Like I watched her highlights. She is
Her I've not heard of.
Samoan descent or something.
Okay.
So when she got drafted to the Minnesota Lynx,
Oh, I think I heard about that. They did the dance, right? The
yeah,
special
they had like
dance.
this awesome like meet and greet for her. Like they had like the traditional dancers and like even the mayor
Cool.
of
I love
Minnesota
that.
came and they were cheering her on. But I was watching for Minnesota. I'm like, I have not seen her play yet, and they finally let her play, and she did awesome. Like she's shooting threes. Like it's no big deal.
I'm sure
Yeah.
it just takes time.
Yeah, but like Caitlyn, she got pushed and right away, and they were against like the toughest teams.
Yeah.
Well, but that's different. They're a bottom team, and she's a high priority player. That's different than. That's different.
Yeah. So I'm trying to watch Alyssa Peely and then Caitlyn mostly. And then I see that Nika Mule, she was on South Con college team, and she was an awesome player and everything. But now I'm seeing that her teammates really don't seem to care for her because she'll fall on the basketball court and no one will be there to pick her up. She was talking to a teammate on the bench, and her arm brushed against this player's leg, and the player just shoved her arm off her leg and then wiped it with a towel, and
Oh my
just
God.
seemed like Nika was just a huge inconvenience for her doing that. And I'm like, okay, so it's not just Caitlyn kind of getting like,
I've heard just like because of the situation that rookies really get the shits anyways.
and it sucks too because
But that's part of, I think in sports, I don't know if this is necessarily the case everywhere, but in sports, that's just part of paying your dues. You start at the bottom.
yeah.
That's just kind of the way it is.
And Caitlyn,
Yeah, if she got drafted the best team, everyone would say, well, she didn't earn it. She didn't deserve it. She didn't
Exactly.
work for it, you know?
yes.
Exactly.
So I don't know, and people were like, well, maybe this will just make Caitlyn just kind of work harder, and like the other team or the other teammates, working together, because everyone in the comments are like, they're not working together.
Yeah.
They're not passing the ball.
Yeah. That's what I've heard from her in like the snippets of press that I've seen, that it's just like it's fuel for her fire,
But the
basically.
games, like they also have like no rest either. It's like back to back to
Oh
back
my
to
God,
back to
I
back to back to
know.
games. And like Caitlyn looks tired. She's all bruised up. And I'm like, okay, this is insane. Like you want them playing like,
At their tip-top shape.
but they're also getting no rest. And then when they finally got rest, then they started doing better.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
Well, that should be a conversation about like
I wish the
just
scheduling
sporting
was
schedules in general.
better. But
Yeah.
I'm new at this, so it's probably like it's what they do. And I'm like,
No, I think they set a record for the number of games and the number of days. I actually remember reading something about
Good
that.
Lord.
That it's like they were insanely overbooked. So,
yes. And then they're like getting big arenas because they were sitting 7,000. Now they went to like 17,000 or something.
yeah.
Sheesh.
Because that's how much Caitlyn has brought
Yeah.
attention to the WNBA. But there's been some sour players who are making it petty and bringing drama, unnecessary drama, off the court. And people are like, you could have a chance to really turn this league into like the number one, but you guys are just being petty.
Being women.
Yeah.
Sorry. I
Like,
hate to
no,
say it.
and I was
No, I
thinking,
think that-
because I'm
I
like,
honestly-
agree.
I'd go back to high school any day.
Yeah.
Totally. If I had to go back to beauty school, I'm kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
I'm not. I
Oh,
don't-
same. Same. I
don't
would love
wanna
to go
do
to
it.
high school, nursing school. Fuck that.
Yeah.
When I was in college, I had to take this like writing class, and there was this girl. We had to like write a personal story, like a deeply personal story about like something that happened in our lives. And this girl, oh my gosh, she was so mean, and I was just like, why? Why are you being mean about like something so stupid? I'm not even going to explain to you what it was about because it was dumb. But
Like to you?
yes, and I was
About
just
your
like,
deeply personal story.
Yes!
What?
She
I
made
was
fun
like-
of your story?
what? Yes, like aspects of it. Yeah.
That's so lame.
I'll tell you about it afterwards. I don't want to say it on air because I feel weird about it, but it was friggin' weird.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
People are
don't-
freaks,
People
man.
are awful.
People are women against women.
Yeah.
Yep.
Truth.
Pitting women against each other. I mean, that's what we're doing with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. I mean, regardless of how they actually truly feel about each other.
Right.
I like to believe that they're like besties.
I don't know. I wouldn't go that far.
I'd like
I
to
like to believe
believe.
they
I'd
respect
like to
each
believe
other.
that
Like a
they're like
mutual-
they're
mutual
like
respect.
know what's going on and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
really are they're doing this to play it up.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. I could totally see that. But when me and Sarah went to the concert yesterday, it was amazing. Like,
Everybody was so nice.
the first time I went to T-Pain, it was kind of chaotic. I don't know if it was all the young kids or anything, but it was like a mosh pit.
Yeah.
It's a different crowd now because it was like all 30 somethings, like older, at least like mid 20s to 40. There was no like children, young people.
But I was also like, I'm just wearing jean shorts and like a jersey crop top. And me and Sarah were just kind of looking at the crowd, and everyone was like, I was afraid people would dress like stripper convention. But no, they were wearing cargo pants with like a bodysuit or shorts with like a nice halter top.
It was black bodysuit jeans, jean shorts, jeans.
Yeah, it's like that Matt Rife joke. I don't know what the joke is, but Matt Rife basically said that all basic girls wear is a black top and jeans. You're not wearing jeans, Calissa. But like,
And if that isn't true, I don't know what is, because I saw it with my own eyes last night.
and it,
In a going out jeans and a going out top.
Yep.
but like, I like it. The look, it's basic and it's clean,
Yeah.
and it's a nice
It's not
look.
overdone. I feel like it's very easy to be overdone.
But I remember going to a Cardi B concert, and it was like a stripper
be
convention.
nasty.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Nicki
they're
Minaj was
nasty.
definitely interesting.
Yeah, there were some wild outfits for sure.
I guess I was looking more at the gay men and their stuff.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
they
like,
were
you look
wild.
amazing.
Phenomenal.
The guy who
Yes.
had like it was like flowers or butterflies, like pink cape, and I was like, oh,
Oh my gosh.
Yes, queen.
Literally. And I'm like, why do you look so much good? Why do you look so good? Like, just look really pretty.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There I am in my Amazon dress.
Hey, I was in Amazon too.
Yes.
so was I think technically, and Target.
So.
So whatever. We
And now we're
slayed.
full circle back to T-Pain concert. Where we started.
Right back to T-Pain.
That episode, we didn't have a plan for this episode.
Not really.
It just kind
Oh,
of
I have
took
one
off.
question before we go.
Yeah.
Okay, I see this everywhere, and I just am so confused. What does everything bagel seasoning taste like?
Delicious.
What is it?
It
I know
tastes
there's
like
like
everything
poppy
bagel
seeds in it.
seasoning.
I know there's
It's kind of
poppy
like
seeds in it, but, like, what is it?
salty, crunchy, garlicky. Is it garlicky?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's got everything.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Just go to that bagel place and get the.
Is there a bagel place here in town?
Yeah,
So
Einstein Bros.
you get the everything bagel with the everything seasoning. It's pretty good.
okay.
But it's cream cheese and
I've never been
Cream
like,
cheese makes
I'm
me
craving a
poop
bagel.
my
I'm going to
pants.
go to a bagel place.
Oh, I love bagels, but I specifically always get cheese bagels. Asiago bagels.
when this place opened up, you know, Nick and I, we were just living, I think, in an apartment still, and I like dragged him at like 3 a.m, like, come on, we gotta be for the first 50 in line because then we get free bagels for life. And he was just like, oh, like I don't want to, and I'm like, come on. And we were like, the line ended, but we were 4 people like
Away.
before the
Oh,
cutoff.
dang it.
But some people, they were crazy. They had tents, and like
my
we tented all night. And I'm like, that's insane.
That's insane. But 4 people?
Yeah, we were so close to being 50, and I think we were there at like
And does that mean like
4 a.m.?
what are the stipulations on that? Like a bagel a week?
Probably, or a
think so.
bagel a day or something.
Maybe
Yeah.
You can't just.
for like a year. or-
Okay.
Oh, that's not for life then.
Well, I thought it was for life, but they're like, no, a year, and I'm like, that's still pretty good.
It's a short life.
Well, yeah, that's true.
It's true.
But we had a T-shirt, so
No, there you go.
something.
There you go.
That you probably don't own anymore.
no. It was brown, and it just wasn't
Oh,
my
yeah,
style.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you donated it, I'm sure, and probably somebody else has it now.
If they enjoy it,
There you go.
go ahead.
There you go.
All right. We have thoughtful conversations in our Instagram comments every Friday.
Emoji is a turtle.
Oh,
That was interesting. Yes, a turtle. Leave a turtle if you got this far. Thank you for getting this far.
Yeah.
We appreciate. Oh, I hit a turtle the other day.
oh, I almost hit a possum last night.
Oh, it was so bad. I thought I had clearance, so it would go under my vehicle. I didn't realize it was a turtle until I hit it, and it was. It was awful.
That's terrible.
Sorry to end on that note, but you said turtle, and I just had flashbacks.
PTSD.
Oh my god. On that note, this has been Calissa, Hannah, and Sarah.
Turtle killer.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.